welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to solve a puzzle that I drafted, that I set. It's a Sudoku puzzle. The rules are relatively simple. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits on the thermometer increase away from the bulb. Digit in a circle indicates the number of circles that contain the digit. And then a special rule that I added to this puzzle, that a digit in the center of a square is equal to the sum of the digits adjacent to the square and outside the square, including diagonally adjacent cells. So normal Sudoku rules apply. Every column, every row, every 3 by 3 box contains the digits 1 through 9. The thermometer, this is a 1, that could be a 2 or anything above a 2, but this has to be an 8 or lower. A 9 can only go on the stem, a 1 can only go on the bulb. As the digits go up, they increase. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 1, 3, 7, 8, 9, etc., etc. The circles, the number in a circle indicates the number of circles that contain that number. So if there's a 1 in a circle, that is the only one that is in any circle in the puzzle. If there's a 2 in a circle, there's another 2 somewhere in the puzzle that is a 2 in a circle, and there are no other 2s in the circle. There can be 3 3s in a circle and 4 4s in a circle, but there cannot be 5 5s in circles. 5 4s, I mean. Okay. So, those are the rules, except for the one that I added, which is that the center cell of every square contains a digit that is the sum of the circled cells outside the square but adjacent to the square. That green center cell is the sum of the 3 cells in circles that surround that square. This green center square is the sum of those 2 blue squares, etc., etc. Those are the rules. Please pause the video, try to solve the puzzle, see how you do. If you do the puzzle, I'd love to hear about it and let me know. There's a link in the description to the sudokupad site. And if you think the puzzle is nice, please let me know. If you think it's boring, let me know. And if you think it's difficult or easy, I'd love to hear about it. And if you watch my video and listen to the way I solve the puzzle, I'd love to hear if you think that there's an easier way to get where I need to go here. First thing I see about this puzzle is that there are 2 squares that don't have any circles in them. That tells us that there's not a circled 8 and there's not a circled 9. Because if there were a circled 8, there would have to be 8 different squares with circles in it. And if there were 9 in a circle, there would have to be 9 circles in 9 different squares to hold all the 9s. So there's no 8s and no 9s. Next thing about this puzzle is these circles that surround the center box have to add to a single-digit number. There's only one way to get there. That's with the numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you have a 5 and you try to do it, you have a 1 and a 5, that would be 6, and then you put on a 2, you'd get to 8, but then you can't do another circled 1. You'd have to add another circled 2, and that goes to 10. There are no 5s or above in any of the cells in circles surrounding the center square. Now the next thing we look at is that these cells are equal to these 2 cells, because the center cell of these squares sees only one cell outside. There's only one cell outside the square that is adjacent to the square, and the center cell does equal the sum of all those cells. So these are both the identical numbers as their partners outside the box. Both of these cells are on thermometers, and they are not on the bulb, so they cannot be a 1. A 1 can only go on the bulb of a thermometer. So they are not 1s, and their partners are not 1s. So the 1 is either here or here. Okay, the next thing I want to look at is that these 15 cells, which I'll mark orange just for now. There are 11 orange cells and 4 blue cells. A total of 15. There's several ways to get to 15. If you have 5 5s, 4 4s, 3 3s, 2 2s, and 1 1, you get to 15. You can also do it with 1 2 3 9, 1 2 4 8. Do 1 2 7 5 and 1 3 4 6. No, 1 3 4 7 and 1 3 5 6. Okay, those could be the possible numbers inside cells in this puzzle. We've already discussed how a 9 and an 8 cannot be in any of the circled cells, so those combinations are not possible to put digits in the circles in this puzzle. And then, so we have 4 possible combinations that don't have an 8 or a 9. To get to this total, which is either 1 2 2 3, 1 2 3 3, or 1 2 2 4, coming to 8 or 9, you need a 1 and a 2 and at least, and then either another 2 or another 3. And there's no way with any of these 3 combinations to get 1 2 3 and then another 2 or another 3 or a 4. There's no combination there that allows you to do that. The only possible way to fill the circles in this puzzle is 1 2 3 4 5. So we know that the orange ones are from 1 2 3 4 5. We've already established that the 1 is in a blue cell. So the orange cells are 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now the next issue we do here, this digit is the sum of these two. If this were anything less than a 5, it would not work, because the least these can possibly be is a 2 3 pair. So they are a 2 3 pair, and this is a 5. There's no other way to make those cells work together. That 5 sees these cells, 2 3 sees that cell. My next question is, can there be a 1 here? If there's a 1 here, it adds with the 2 3 or 4 to make 3 4 or 5 over here. Well, this is not a 5, so this cannot be a 4. This is a 2 3 pair, so that cannot be a 3. So if this is a 4, this is a 3, this is a 2, and now we have a problem, because this cannot be a 1. We've already got our 1, and we have a 2 3 4 5, 4 digits that have to fill 5 cells in that box. Remember, no other digits can go in a circle. Only the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 can go in circles. So it is impossible to put the 4 there and for this puzzle to work. That's all to say that the 1 is not in box number 2. The 1 is down here, not in here. Okay, now the question becomes, can there be a 4 in one of those 2 cells? If there were a 4 in there, the numbers in blue cells are 4, 2, 2, 3. So there are 4, 2, 2, 1. So there are no 3s in any of those cells, and there's no 2s anywhere else in the puzzle. So this would be a 2, this would be a 3, this would be a 4, this would be a 2, this would be a 4, because we know that it's the same as that. And now there are 2 cells in this box. They're not 4s. A 3 over here. 5 over here, a 3 here, and now suddenly, because these are not 4s, you see these 2 4s up here, we have 3 3s, and we've used up all our 3s, but we still have to put a 3 in one of those 2 cells. And that's a broken circle puzzle. Backing up, we know that there are not 4s. There are not 4s in the blue cells surrounding the center square. Those are 2s and 3s. Now this cell here is a 2 plus a 3. Remember, these are different cells because this cell is the same as that cell. It's different than that one. These 2 are different. So these 2 are the same. Well, these 2 are the same. These 2 are different. So these 2 are different. So the least that can be, the least that can be is 5. This cannot be a 5. And now we have a 2, 3, 4. We have a 2, 3, 4 here. We have a 2, 3 here. Now that's all our 2s. And here's a 2, 3, which cannot be a 2, because we've already used a 2 in this row and a 2 in this column. So this is a 3. And the rest of the cells, besides these in row 4 and in column 4, cannot be 2 or 3. We've exhausted all the 2s and 3s. So these cells are not 2 and 3. This is a 4. This is a 2, and that's a 2. These are not 2s. Now let's start with center cells. This is the sum of 1 plus 4 or 5. There's a 4, 5 here. It cannot be a 1 and 4 equaling 5 because of those 5s there. This has to be a 1 and 5 equaling 6. This is a 3 and 4, summing to 7. This cell is lower than a 4 because it's on a thermometer beneath a 4, 5. And there's another 4, 5. It can't be a 4, it has to be lower. This cell sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and is an 8 or 9 pair. This cell is the sum of these 3 and is an 8 or 9 pair. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay, now we've got an 8, 9 pair in the column, and we can put in a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. The 4 is not in box 9 because we've got a 4, 5 pair there. The 4 is up here. This, let's see. Okay, next, this row. Now, this 4 and this 4, 5 and this 4, 5 are not the same. We've already got 1, 2, 3, One of these is a 5, one of these is a 4. Okay, let's work back again. This cell is on a thermometer bulb. Beneath a 2, it's got to be a 1. This is a 1, 2, or 3. This cannot be a 1. It's 2, 3, 4. This number is the sum of these two numbers. This center cell is 1 plus 4 or 5, but it is a 4 or 5. So this has to be the 5, the higher one, and the sum of 4 and 1. Okay, now back to my other comment, which is we have 1, 2, 3, 4 5s. Only one of these two is a 5. The other one has to be a 4. So these two cells are different. And this cell sees both of those, so it's not a 1, 2, 3. It's not a 4 or a 5. It is a 6, 7, 8, or 9. That's what I wanted to do earlier. This is a 5, 6, or 7 on the thermal. This is a 6, 7, or 8. This is a 7, 8, or 9 on the thermal. So only one place for a 5 in this box, and that's there. This cell is a sum of 3 and 4, or 4 and 4, or 4 and 5. It's a 7, 8, 9. Seven, 8, 9. And we have 4 cells that are 6, 7, 8, and 9. The rest of the cells in this row are, they're not 1 and 2, they're from 3, 4, and 5. This one over here sees a 5 in the column, sees a 4 in those pencil marks. This is a 3. This is not a 3. That's a 4 or 5 pair. And remember I said these two were different, so these two are the same. Mark that one green. Take away the green here. And we haven't quite resolved that number yet. Okay. This is a 4 because it sees the 3. This is a 3 because it sees that 4. The 3 in this box can only be here. That solves that 2 and that 3. This, the cell surrounding box 5 in circles, now total 9. This is a 9. The remaining cells here are 1, 8, 6. This is a 1. That is not a 1. We have a 6, 8, 9 here. We have no 3s here. I guess I already had that from here. The thermo is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it can't, but it's on a thermo beneath a 4, 5, so it can't be a 5. And this can't be a 4 because this the highest I can be is a 4. The lowest I can be is a 4. This is a 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is a 6, 7, 8, 9. This cell, okay, this cell has to be a 2, 6, or 7. This is a 6, 7, 8. This is a 7, 8, 9. This cannot be a 6, because that's 6. So this cannot be a 7. Check my, okay. This is no longer possibly a 9. It is a 7 or an 8. Because the 3 adds to 5 to make 8, and 4 to make 7. These 3s and these 3s, put a 3 here. These 3s, put a 3 here. Then we have a 3 here. And a 3, let's see, here. This is not a 6, it's a 7, 8, or 9. This is not a 3. This is not a 3. This is not a 3. It's a 4, it's not a 5, 6, 7, not a 9. It's a 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, where do I go now? I forget. When in doubt, pencil mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No 1 here in that column. No 5 in that column. No 5. And no 1. The only place in this column for a 2 is here. This number has to be lower than 4, and it sees 2 and 3 in the row. This is a 1. That 1 sees that cell up there. There is a 1 in this column, in that box. There's a 1 here. This one puts a 1 in this box, in that column, and makes that a 1. This 1, 2 pair goes into that box, makes a 1, 2 there. That 1, 2 puts a 1 here, which with that 1 puts a 1 here. Let's just check our digits once. Let's see where our 1s are. Okay. Got a 1 here, 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 and here. What about our 3s? The 3s solve pretty quickly. Okay, I got a 3 here and a 3 here. How are we doing on 9s? I know the 9s go soon. Oh, of course, the 9s here, I've got a circled cell summing to 9 in the middle of that box. So that is a 9. This is not a 9. There's no 9 there. That is an 8. There's no 8 over here. Oops, that was not right. No 8 there. Makes that a 6. And that a 9. This is not a 9. It's a 7, 8. And this is also a 7-8. 7-8 pair sees that cell, makes it a 6. 7-8 pair goes across the row, sees that cell. And now we can start coloring 7s and 8s. And I color this one yellow, this one pink. That makes this one yellow, this one pink. These are the 7 and 8, 7, 8, yellow and pink. The only place this yellow can go in, this yellow can only go in that column right here. It cannot go in that box, it cannot go in that cell. There's no 7 or 8 up there. This is the yellow cell. It's a 7 or an 8. That means that this pink cell is somewhere over here. One of those two is the pink one, which puts a pink cell. It has to be a pink cell in this box. It can't be any of those places. It has to be there. So there's a pink there, meaning that this is not a yellow or a pink. So it's not a 7 or 8. It is a 9. The 9 there, 9 there. There's a 9 here. That's not a 9. This is a 9. Those 9s see this cell. 9, 9, 9. Let's go ahead and highlight those 9s. There we go. See, 9, 9. This is a 9. This is a 9. And that is a 9. And the 9s are through. One of the things I like to do when I'm working these puzzles is that when I get all the cells, I just tint them light gray. So I remember that I'm done with those. They're all finished. Don't have to think about them anymore. Now, somewhere in here, the 3s start to fall. Yes, this 3 and that 3. And that should be the end of the 3s. Color those gray. I'm not sure if we have the 1s yet. I know they go pretty soon. This one and that one and that one. Make those gray. This becomes a 2. That becomes a 2. A 4. Try the 2s. Can I fill in more 2s? Well, there's one here. There is one somewhere there and there. So those are the 2s, and they're done. Okay. Can I do those 4s? No, I don't think I can do the 4s yet. How about 6s? Well, this 4, 5 sees that 5. Should never have had a 5 in there. That makes this a 7, 8, or 9. This 7, 8 is yellow. Pencil marking this row, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5, 6, 7 triple. Take the 8 out of there. Another 1 and 2. Take the 8 out of there. 5, 6, 7 triple. And I just have to do this, and I will be able to amaze you with some puzzle solving. What's left in this box? This is a, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 5 is not here. 5 is not there. Okay, this cannot be a 4. The lowest this can be is a 4. So the lowest that this can be is one more than that. Okay, and now I can solve the entire puzzle because these two cells up here, which we've already established are the same number, are either two 2s or two 5s. I mean, two 4s or two 5s, excuse me. And if these were two 5s, then where do we put 4s in column 3 and 4? The only digits, or the only cells available for 4s, if those two are 5s, is to put the 4s right here side by side in a row, which cannot be done. That's to say these cannot be the 5s. They have to be two 4s because they are the same and they're not two 5s. Makes that a 5, that's a 4, and now we're going to solve the puzzle because this becomes a 7 to be the sum of 3 and 4. All the yellows are 7. All the pinks are 8. And it's just a matter of filling in some numbers now. There's a 5-6 pair. There's a 5 in that column. Make that a 6. This becomes the 5. This is the remaining digit, which is an 8. 8 over here can only be there. In the this is a what? 6-8? No. 4-8. Making this a 6. And that a 6. This is 7. This is a 5. This is a 7. This is not a 7. Neither of these are 7s. That's not a 9, that's an 8. That's not an 8, it's a 6. No 6s down here. These are not 7s. No 6 in that row. 6. This is an 8. Meaning no more 8s in the column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 pair. This is a 4, 8. This is a single. Oh man, how did I do this? I've got 6s up there. Back up to where I put those 6s in. Right. Yeah, right there. That's where I made a mistake. Sorry. Retract. Recalculating. This is a single digit. It is a 7. There's a 7. This is a single digit. It is a 6. There's no more 6s in row 9. 4, 7, 8, triple, 4, 8. This has no 6s or 8s. That's the 7. That's the 5. The row has no more 5s. This row has no 7s. The box has no 9. That's the 8. That's the 6. This is the 7. No 7s down here. 4, 8 pair makes that the 7. This is not a 1 or 6, it is the 8. No 8 there. This is not a 7. This is a 1, 2, 3. A 4, 6 pair. And this is not an 8. That's a 4, 6 pair. This is not a 5. So the 4, 6 pair No, there's something really wrong again here. Okay, this is the 8. This is a 4. This is an 8. There are no 8s over here. There's a 4-6 pair, and this is a 5. And the only way to resolve this is for the 4 to be lower than the 5 because it's below it on a thermometer. That's the 4. That's the 4. And these are both the 6s. Thank you very much for watching the puzzle. And that finishes it. My solution is correct. Please let me know how you came out. Sorry about the mistake I made there where I did not unselect a digit when I typed in another digit. Sure appreciate you watching, and let me know what you think. I'll be trying to publish this. I'll be sending it to Cracking the Cryptic in a couple of weeks to see if they're interested in taking a look at it. And if you haven't done my other puzzle that's on this channel, it's called One of These Things Is Not Like the Others. And it's a yin-yang puzzle, also available on this YouTube channel, or on this Sudoku app under my J. Rosas username. Thanks again. Bye.